Atmos was recording the whole time. That's all good, eh?
What's that? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we're telling a story or two. Yeah, buddy.
So, is she just?
We're on.
It's just private, I'll let you know.
Yeah, cool.
We're on, boys. We are on.
On skis.
Talk to me.
Just wait. We'll just wait.
Talk
just
to me,
gotta
baby.
wait. Talk to me, baby. Tell me what's good.
What's good?
Once Mick says we're live and ready to rip,
Then we're live.
and ready to rip.
I'm ready to rip.
Oh, it says we're live.
Yeah, well, can I come then?
You're on. Yeah.
Can I come with you
Wait,
guys?
move this to your face.
Wherever
mate.
you guys are going, can I come?
You're already there.
All right, prove it.
All right.
We good, Mick?
Sounds like you're bragging.
Yeah, I think we are.
You stole my words.
Yeah, just switch the cameras now. It should be sweet. And look, if we're not, we're not.
Anyway.
It says we are. Yeah.
Geez, there's a lot going on here, isn't there?
There is a bit on. Yeah, it says we're live. How do we?
We're live. I reckon let's just go. Let's just rip.
Let's rip.
Luke Clout.
He's,
All right, let's do this. So this is the Harry. Are you listening?
Hey, I'm lost in Luke's eyes. Luke, he's coming over with his pretty blue eyes, and I'm getting lost in him.
You just come in.
You're on next, or you can sit in between me and
Just say
Sam.
g'day. You can sit down there if you want. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Luke Clout.
He actually even shaved his leg for this podcast.
Just
Jeez.
He's
specifically
came
for
prepared.
this.
Jeez, he's done well, hasn't he?
Came extremely prepared for the situation.
You got to be ready for the
I
situation.
don't know if we are doing a podcast. I think
we're just talking
I
shit.
think this is just carry
I'm
on.
just appreciating the situation. The sun's out. There's
Harry
Yeah.
Bing, I've got a question for you. No, actually, we got to do some proper shit. So, what this is the for people that are watching us now and on YouTube. This is the Gypsy Tales podcast live from AUS Open. We're presented by KNOBBY Underwear. So join the Undie Club. Go to knobby.com.au. You can get yourself a pretty deadly pair of duds that Harry is pointing to.
the package is there's a pretty. I'm still trying to figure if that is an Audi or if that's a male. I'm still trying to figure it out.
You've seen some stuff too, so if you're trying to figure it out.
I'm still trying to figure
Seen
it
a
out.
few things.
So, and then this is being streamed live on the YouTube via
the YouTube.
on the YouTube via
The
the Boost
YouTube.
Mobile network. So we're all on the old Boost Mobile plans around here. They got a new plan that gives you like the most data of all time ever.
I'm actually on Boost, and I'm not sponsored by them. I'm actually with them by choice, and they're not paying me or anything.
That's an ad right there.
That's a fun fact, just throwing them out there.
Fun Harry Big.
And we are also our last
Fact.
sponsor is brought to you by the guys at Rival Inc. Do you run Rival Inc on your bike? You run Serco, don't
I'm
you?
Serco boy. I've
Run
been
Rival,
Serco
bro.
from day one. They've supported me from day one.
Well, this is a shit ad, okay? So we're also
Hey, I'm rivaling.
we're all yeah.
I'm rivaling. I'm full rivaling.
So we're also brought to you guys by Rival. There is a promo code. I wrote it down on my phone because I knew I'd forget it, which I just
we don't
did.
care. It's rival. We don't want to know about
Mate.
it. I've got a Serco code if anyone was wondering.
Whose podcast
It's,
is it?
it's Serco, SERCO. And you'll be
Type
on.
in Gypsy Tales for 15% off at Rival Inc. Harry.
Mate, no one cares.
So what are you doing? Speaking of no
Mate,
one
okay,
cares.
so we are here at AUS Open. This is the third year it's running, and this is my third year here at AUS Open.
Fourth year
Is
actually.
it the fourth,
Fourth
year?
year?
Yeah.
No, this is the third year.
I don't know.
It's
This
definitely-
I've never even been to one.
Mate, some people say I can't spell and count, but it's definitely the 1, 2, 3, third year.
Okay, good.
I'll
You can
take
count to 3. That's good.
I'll take Harry
I'm
Bing's
done.
word for it.
Oh, fair enough.
I
Right.
remember it because my favourite after parties of the year have been at AUS Open.
Wait, apparently Monster isn't doing like an official one this
Mate,
year.
I know where the after party is.
Are they?
As soon as I got here, the first thing I said was, where's the after party? I wasn't even gonna book my flights if I didn't know where the after party was. But we're locked in, and I've actually already got my wristband sorted, and I'm ready for it.
Wait, can you hook me up?
Yeah, I may know.
Do you know anyone?
I promised like at least 11 girls that I'd get them in. If I have some few leftovers after that, I'll sort you out.
I'm not going to give you what those girls are going to give you either, so that's fair.
Here
Mate,
comes Jats on his.
mate,
look
sharing's
at him.
caring.
Look at him. Can we turn the camera around? This is amazing.
Oh, yes. Look at him. He's coming in.
Oh, he's coming in hot.
Look at it.
He's
Look
coming
at
in for the podcast. He's coming in. Oh,
Hey!
this guy also also has pretty blue eyes. And this guy has also shaved his legs for the occasion. What's with you racers and shaving your legs? Every single one of you have pretty blue eyes and shaved legs.
Peak performance, bro.
It's a racer thing.
Man, I'm telling you.
Here I am, I have the dark brown eyes, hairy legs. Yeah, I don't know
You're
what
doing it wrong, man. Or maybe.
Wait, actually, what else you've got is the best haircut on planet Earth right now.
Get your hat off for a second.
Lloyd, get the hat off.
Hat
Lloyd.
off. Hat off for the boys.
Yes, Lloyd.
Now, don't let it fool ya. Don't let it fool ya. It is deadly.
It is deadly.
Deadly.
If you're a confident enough man to rock that, you can do anything.
I mean,
Now-
they didn't say there was going to be rain here this weekend, but I think conditions are going to be pretty moist.
Now, speaking about moist, we went out on a cruise yesterday, and I met a really nice lady friend, and and your legs are smoother than hers.
Yeah.
Is this now turning into a Veet commercial?
What do you use, Jazz?
Huh?
What do you use on those
Just,
things?
you know, you traditional
I think
ham
there's
stone.
like-
I go with Dove myself.
Okay, a bit of a
Dove.
Dove. Is it Dove man or just Dove?
Just Dove.
Just straight Dove.
Straight Dove.
Straight Dove.
Dove for the Dubs.
That's it.
And did you bring that all the way from Cairns? Was that in carry-on, or
Yeah,
does that
yeah.
go in the stowaway, or does that go into under
You
the
got to
carriage?
explain what you're talking about.
Oh, sorry, your ripstick. Well, everyone should know.
Go get it. Bring it over
I
here. Bring
actually
it in.
didn't know it was
We'll
called a
get the
ripstick.
transportation over here.
Transportation. The
Ah.
ripstick.
Yeah, I did not know it was called a ripstick.
How many of those do you reckon Jats has sold for real?
I mean, I definitely know sales went through
Come
the roof
here,
last
baby.
year after I got the first
I really
one,
do
yeah.
Wait.
feel like
I really
sales
feel
of the
like I
ripstick has gone
Put
up.
them on the map. Yeah.
So if anyone was wondering, Richardson over here he sells these full time and he's a
Yeah.
part-time supercross rider.
yeah.
Hashtag Richo20 on the ripstick.
Yeah, 20% off. So Harry, what are you doing here tonight? I mean, I know what you're doing here, but like, what are you actually doing here?
I'm here for the after party.
Yeah, but before the after party, what will you be doing?
So I like to think that I like to ride dirt bikes for a living. That's what I try and tell people, and I pay my friends to go along with the story, and it sounds pretty good at the time. Somehow they've let me out on the course on my dirt bike, so you might catch me out there doing a flip or two, and I'm just hoping my shoulder stays in because I've had some pretty severe shoulder dislocations recently, and
Very, very recently.
I've actually dislocated over 30 times now, and I'm hoping it's going to stay in while I'm pulling off my dirt bike that weighs double my body weight, and just hoping my shoulder stays in when I'm upside down.
When are you getting it fixed? I'm asking as a friend.
I'm booked in for surgery on the 17th of December. I called my surgeon after X Games, after my bad crash I had at X Games, and I said, dude, my shoulder's wrecked. It took an hour to get my shoulder back in. I had 2 green whistles and 3 medics pulling, 3 grown men pulling on my shoulder as hard as they could to get it back in. And long story long, couldn't bring my surgery back earlier. So I'm just going on with my year and going to keep doing tours, and I need to get some duct tape on this thing before I get riding.
Yeah, it's actually insane how many times it's come out.
I actually dislocated it 5 days ago jogging.
Hey,
Just roll
Jats,
me
have
out.
you ever done anything to your shoulder?
Huh?
Have you ever had a shoulder injury?
I've dabbled in
Oh, yeah, he just got
shoulder dislocation a few times.
Hey,
He just got a
listen.
phone
Hey,
match.
to-
So he just got a notification on his phone. It was a Tinder match.
Oh, really?
Hey!
It was a Tinder match.
Wait,
I've seen it.
just
I've
Hey,
seen
we're
it.
on, boys.
Hey, I'm just going to take a little turn here. I've sent that video through to Ronnie Mack about the announcement you made before about the knee braces. Anyway, he said pads. What the fuck? He hates knee braces. They're like condoms. They take away the feel. That's what Ronnie says.
Amen, Ronnie.
Cheers, Ronnie.
Yeah. All
So
right.
anyway, he's looking for knee pads, not knee braces.
Yeah, that was
I've never actually met anyone that wears knee pads.
Oh, wait, you know Kevin Wyndham still wears knee pads, doesn't wear knee braces?
So does Travis Pastrana, so does Cam Sinclair. A lot of the freestylers actually wear knee pads, which I find extremely ridiculous because if you fall on your knees, you're screwed.
What is that ridiculously loud music coming from?
The monster truck.
God
That'd be
damn.
DJ Bags.
Bags. Get off it, Bags.
DJ Bags is really carrying on
I
down
think
there.
even DJ Mutt, Brooke Evers, has made an appearance up there earlier
No
as well.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Brookie.
Yeah, she was out on the boat yesterday getting amongst it. I also put on it, I may have I got in a tricky situation yesterday where I was at the front of the boat with all my clothes off.
That's true. Did you see the photo?
I didn't see the photos.
I'll show you right
Can I have a look? Wait, pull that up to your face a bit closer, Harry. The full fruit salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dingleberries were definitely
It was
out.
photoshopped though. It was all photoshopped.
Did it straight for the gram.
Photoshopped.
What else? What else is going on, Harry?
Just
Oh yeah, there you are, fully naked.
the
Yep.
full-time tour life. I just came off a Nitro Circus tour 2 weeks ago, and I won Tour Drunk for the tour.
Oh, good.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
nice.
Yep.
It's
Well
probably
done.
Well
one of-
done, bro.
It's actually one of my most proud achievements I've ever got. I got a best FMXer and Tour Drunk in the same tour.
Dude, you know what though? Like, in all seriousness, it actually is pretty hard to be the best drunk on that tour.
Oh, and there's a lot of
Oh,
heavy hitters.
stop it. Cameron Sinclair incoming.
There's a lot of heavy hitters, and it's very intimidating.
Speaking of heavy hitters, look, we're just surrounded by them.
Yeah.
Is that
Cam-
Shane Boyd
That's
as well?
the Rosebud Rocket.
That is the Rosebud Rocket. Enter the
And
Sandman.
J.O. Archer.
Yeah.
Stop it.
It's all happening.
Get in here.
J.O. looked like he ate
It's a
Cam
full
Sinclair. I think J.O.
Star-studded
ate
field.
Full
Cam.
house.
Star-studded field.
Oh, that's what's happening. There's a signing.
There's a
I thought
signing
they,
going on right here.
I thought they came for us. I was like, oh wow, look, we're really getting
Oh,
the
look,
crowd.
look, everyone's coming to hang out with us.
I'm
Ah.
actually meant to be at that signing, but I have priorities, and I know where I need to be.
Are you
Gypsy
in,
Tales
are you
is
in a
way
bit of
up
a
there.
situation?
I'm all about the situation, and I love putting myself in tricky situations that I have to wriggle my way out of.
Hey, can we do a swapsy? Can we get Jats here
Yep.
because we need a story. We got a story we got to tell
Jats,
between Jats.
get in.
and Harry.
I'm subbing you.
You're subbing me.
Yeah.
Sam is gonna go on
Subbing
the.
you.
He's gonna go on the hunt for more talent for us.
Yeah,
Hang on.
Harry, you stay put.
I'd love to kick off this story.
You stay mut there.
Speaking of Mutt, there's a lot of great things to look at floating around at Aussie.
So yeah, bring that up to your face there, crackers.
Yeah.
I have Monster
What about
Mutt
here?
inside
This how
up
close
there.
we're talking?
Nah, closer, mate.
Oh yeah.
Eat that shit.
Yeah, baby.
So Harry Bink, do you have memories of?
So there's a rumour.
There's a rumor going around. Do you have memories of Jackson Richardson racing when you were a kid?
I may have memories, he may not, but I do.
Let's hear your. I want to
I
hear your
I
memories.
think we spoke about this on Australia Day.
I did
eh?
chew his ear off when we were on Australia Day, and I was on a pretty good level, and I was killing it. And I may have.
I was killing it.
I may have put on my oxygen tanks, and I went a bit deep into the ocean, and I was like, oh, man, I don't know if you remember, but back in 2006 Australian titles in Canberra ACT, we raced each other on 65s, and I smoked ya. And he looked at me and he's like,
No, you didn't.
he was like, what are you doing? Go home. And then
Go
I'm like,
home,
oh
Harry,
no,
but-
actually what happened was you lapped me and I didn't qualify for the actual event. I didn't qualify.
So were you
And-
pretty shit as a moto racer?
Well-
Because I was shit. Wait, I was shit too. I'm not calling you out.
Mate, I tried to send it, I gave it me all, but I just didn't have what it took. And I think Jackson got second that year at Australian titles and I didn't qualify. So I think that speaks for itself.
But look at you now.
Yeah.
Who got the last laugh?
Pretty sure he has gotten the last
Because me
laugh
and Jats
on
have,
me, yeah.
Jats have spoken about this. Jats is look, he's won a couple of Supercross titles and all that, but he's not Harry Bink, is he?
No.
Mate,
No.
he's bigger and better. So if you look at Australia, as a podium board, I live on the Gold Coast. He lives up in Darwin. He's way more. He's chilling. He's way more above me, higher
Oh,
than
look at
me.
this pelican that's
He's
coming
probably
in
got
here
a
now.
better. He's got better legs. Yeah,
Where is this signing? Isn't it just
See,
there?
Pilco's stealing me. He's blowing up. Mate, he's just jealous he's not in this podcast.
Nah, he can be in this
He's
podcast.
upset that he's like, I didn't get an invite and he's trying to take
Didn't
me
get the
out of the
call.
podcast.
People have asked for Bilko on the podcast. I've got multiple DMs.
Oh, he'll tell you a story.
No,
or
that's
two.
why they want you, because they're like, Bilko will sit there and take this away himself.
Yeah. You won't even have to ask him questions. Just put the microphone there.
Man, me and Bilko actually, I should get Bilko on just for like the funny story. I crashed at Bilko's house. All right, so this is a gypsy's tale if we want to tell one. So I rock up at Bilko's house. I rock up at LAX, and then I get picked up, and then the person that picks me up goes, "Where you staying?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm staying at my mate Bilko's house." Wasn't staying there, was I? And so anyway, Cade Mosey was staying there, so I say to Cade, "Oi, can I crash with you guys tonight?" I've literally never been to America. and then just rock up at Bilko, stay there for 3 days. And then he's like...
That's pretty rare, dude, because a lot of the Nitro guys try and stay at Bilko's when they're stuck in America, and he doesn't cut it. He's like, you're not staying.
He just got gypsied hard, man. Just got fully gypsied. So, but I'll let him tell the story. But we had this kid come around, this little. He would have been maybe like 10 or 11, and Bilko gave him a full can of Monster, and he come back the next morning. It was like the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life, dude. It was so good. So I gypsied Bilko hard.
All right.
So that's the sign in there. So you're good. You're not going to be late.
I want to hear more about Jats.
Yeah. So do you remember Harry from back then?
Huh?
Do you remember Harry back then?
I can't say I did remember him.
He was actually a little fat kid.
He was?
I was chunky
I
as
was
back in the
actually
day.
pitting
Yeah.
next to him at the Australian titles as well. And he was just this little fat kid on the fence. He was eating this packet of chips. I remember it clear as day.
Yeah.
And I'm like thinking, how can this kid just be so much quicker than me? Like, what's doing? And now look at him. He could probably go in the top 10 Australian men's magazine.
Yeah, he's a unit.
I wouldn't go that far.
Rigosaurus Rex.
I
over here.
would.
Please.
I
Yeah.
would. I'd take you in the room and turn the light off.
Yeah.
And let's just see it. Just go with the flow.
It's about the only place I look good, mate, is with the lights off.
So, Jats, where are you in the points right now, mate?
Mate, right now, it's been a bit of a struggle this year. I'm back in 6th.
6th.
Which is better than the start of the series. I actually started the series in 10th, which was
Rough.
real dog shit.
Yeah.
But, I've picked it up a bit as we went, and I'm 6th in the points now, so, yeah, just see where we end up this weekend. Hopefully I can put it at least in the top 5 in points after the weekend.
You got some good memories of this little arena, Kudos Bank Arena for the AUS Open.
Yeah, this one's been good to me, this place. Like, me and your old man were just talking about it before. Every race we've done here, we've been on the podium, so it'd be good to get another one. It'd be good to get a win. I've never won at this place before, so yeah, I'd be keen to do that for sure. We'll just see how we go.
I feel like there's some energy that's going to come from Harry that's going to help you out.
I feel like
Mate, if you can
I
believe,
feel like
you
I'm
can
just getting the
achieve.
energy off him just sitting here, and it's going to put me over
You
the
can
top.
smell it. You can
Yeah.
smell it.
I can definitely smell it. That's for sure.
Mate, you don't have to be here. You get to be here. Mate, if you
Yeah.
can believe, you can achieve, and
Dream, believe, achieve.
I don't know if anyone is more a testament to that than Harry Bing.
Yeah, nah.
Talk about a
Right.
dude that's just made his life exactly what he wanted it to be.
Absolutely.
it's just all about sucking the day's dick. Like not being a frigid and going, I don't feel like doing that, and making yourself do it.
You just get out there and do it. He's a doer. He just does it.
You know,
I'm
he's-
probably too much of a doer when I probably shouldn't be doing, and I still keep doing when I shouldn't be doing.
You're one of those. You're one of those guys that's like a low key inspirational dude though. Like, cause you're not a guy that actually puts out shit like that. Like, you're not trying to inspire people, but there's something about the way you carry on that I think people actually do go, fuck yeah.
It's because I don't forget. It's purely not. I wouldn't go that far and deep, but it's just I don't forget to have my Monster Energy every morning. I just wake up, crack the Monster Energy can, and that's just all I have to do. If I do that, I'm just good. I'm set for the day.
Swigging
The
on
Monster Energy can takes over me.
What's their slogan? Release the beast, unleash the beast.
Unleash the beast.
There's a bit of a beast going on in old Harry Bing.
I actually unleashed it yesterday. I don't know if you guys know, but we landed in a bit of a situation.
What's the situation?
I think we talked about it earlier when we're at the front
Just
of the
the
boat.
naked thing?
Yeah, I think so. Just that. We'll just keep it at that, eh?
That's not
But
crazy.
I don't
for you.
really want to talk about what happened when the sun went down.
You feeling a bit dusty today?
Mate, I'm actually just seasoned. I'm used to it. I'm used to it's a daily ritual.
Yeah.
I've
It's
just
a state of
learned
mind.
to feel seedy all the time and just turn that into feeling normal, and then here we are. Although I did a media thing in freestyle this morning, and I did 3 jumps, and I was riding back to the jump, puffed out with arm pump, and I'm like, fuck, this is not good. I'm like 3 jumps, and I had arm pump riding back.
How does that happen?
I did a straight jump, came around, flipped, and then came around and did some upright trick. I can't remember what it was, and I was coming back, and I'm like, man, I'm out of breath.
What's the program for you for the actual event? Like, how many jumps you got to do?
I think we're just doing a demo, so we're just like filling like 10 minutes or something, and then we have a best trick comp tomorrow night.
What are you going to do?
I actually can't let go of the handlebars. If I let go of the handlebars, my shoulder just comes out. Like if I try and throw a trick, so it's gonna be tricky. I'll probably try and do like a hill clicker to Superman backflip because I have to let go of the bars.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like them sort of. I don't know. I don't want to test it too much because if my shoulder pops out when I'm upside down, I'm gonna put myself in a bit of a situation.
Yeah, I don't want you. I don't want you to do anything silly.
Yeah. And I fly to Europe next week for the Nitro Circus tour. Smash that out, come home, shoulder reconstruction, and go from living this crazy high life where I'm at an after party every third day and to just sitting on the couch. I'm going to do the first minimum 2 months sober over Christmas and New Year's and all that. I'm going to do the first 2 months sober, dedicated. And yeah, just got to learn how to do nothing and just chill.
Do you know, like, are you going to do...
I'm going to probably have to take a few tips off this guy because he's been there, done that.
I'm going to give you a compound word, and that is Jatz's advice, and it is fortnight.
Yeah.
Are you still hard on the fortnight
Firstly,
program?
Nah, man. Not since I started riding again. Nah, the fortnight had to take a back seat.
Keep that real close.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, Fortnite had to take a back seat, man. I haven't been on it all lately. Like,
You were deep for a minute.
oh, I was in real deep. Remember when I was living with you guys, when I first got the shoulder up? I was spending at least 6 hours a day on that thing. It was ridiculous.
Man, no shit.
Wow.
Jats would be at ours at like one. Well, he'd either stay up really, really late at night to get like the early session of like the American mates that woke up. So he's doing like the 1, 2 o'clock sessions at night, or he's getting up at like 4:35 to catch them before they go to bed.
Yeah,
So
I was
it was some
really dedicated at one point to the Fortnite game.
It was some
that's
vampire
for sure.
shit that was going on to
Impressive.
play the Fort. Do you have video games? You don't do any of that
Yeah,
shit.
I'm
eh?
like, yeah, that's impressive. I actually don't even know. I thought you were talking about a fortnight drinking program where you get fucked up every fortnight.
No,
That's
no,
what I
no.
thought you meant by the fortnight. And I'm like trying to catch the American. I'm like, you guys getting drunk over FaceTime? And then I clicked it. It was on the video game thing, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have.
He's with it.
I've never really played a video games ever.
I'm not a big video dude.
I don't have an Xbox or any of that stuff. I haven't actually watched normal TV in nearly 4 years or something. Like I just sit down and watched it. Like I just.
So you're not a big home and away
If
guy.
I have time to myself, I just walk 100 meters up the road to Nightjar and just hang out.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
this.
that's
you
not a
got the
bad life
spot.
to be living either. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could give up video games for that. Yeah, I'm not a big video games person, but I reckon if I got injured, I'd probably have to do that because
Yeah.
it is stimulating.
I was actually thinking about investing in an Xbox or what do you call them? Xboxes these? A PlayStation?
Yeah, what do you
Yeah.
got, Jats? You got an Xbox, eh?
I got an Xbox One.
Yeah, okay.
Xbox
Oh, I
One.
got the PS4 as well, so I got both.
Wait, is an
Shit.
Xbox One? Is that?
It's the latest one that's
oh,
out.
shit, I was like, thought you were taking the piss or something.
Nah.
Sick.
Nah, 360
So
is
what's
like
better?
the older one.
What's better?
I don't know, eh? They're both pretty much
Like-
the same, eh?
What is there a game called COD or something? Is that
Yeah, Call of
Is
Duty.
that
Duty.
still like in
Yeah,
tech?
they just bought a
Didn't
new
they
one
just
out.
bring out a
that's
new one?
rad.
And it's like
Yeah.
a copy of Fortnite.
Pretty much, it's like they do the same sort of game format as it, but it's like,
Because they
Yeah.
like parachute in and shit, right?
yeah, that's it. And it's like the map
Crazy.
shrinks like every couple minutes, and then like it's last man standing sort of thing. Yeah.
Mental.
That's Harry. That's you, bro.
That's it.
We need to get you on the Fortnite program, son.
Yeah.
What is actually Fortnite?
I think it's just a game.
Like, but what do you do?
You just kill people.
Oh, yeah, sick.
Yeah, you just go and yeah.
Grand
Kill.
Theft. If I'm gonna kill people, I'm gonna do on Grand Theft Auto.
No, but they're not real people. I think in Fortnite you're killing like other players. So there's no like computer generated.
Online stuff.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. Grand Theft Auto probably does that.
I'd probably just stick to Pornhub, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stick to that.
Safe bet. Safe bet.
Give the Brazzers account a dust off.
You've got options.
Yeah, he's got a lot to work with.
Are you still a moto fan, Harry, of like racing and shit?
Honestly, as soon as I got into freestyle, I'm gonna answer this question completely honestly. I don't even follow my own sport, but because I travel so much, like last year I had 90 days at home. So,
Yeah.
and when I'm home, I'm so excited to be home, and I get all toey and see me friends and get all whiskey throttle on the nightjar and stuff. So when it comes down to time, just to myself or watch the races or when we're traveling, doing shows and stuff, it's so hard to get somewhere to watch it, and after a while you just sort of give up and get carried away on this tour life. And I try and follow it as much as I can, but before I started doing freestyle, I used to know every racer, everything, but now, like in the Supercross racing, I could probably list the top 5 riders and I probably wouldn't even be able to, I don't know, like I just sort of just, but then I like all the boys at home and race, and it's more just like a big family to me than anything, rather than actually like
following it as a sport.
As much as I used to do. But in saying that, I don't even, if there's an X-Fighters round on or any freestyle event and I'm not there, I don't watch it or follow it or pay any attention. And if I'm trying to get better, even like with freestyle, I always just compete against myself. I don't try and watch other riders and go, oh, I need to like learn and watch how they do their stuff. I just sort of do what I want to do, and if I feel like being a mad dog and learning a new trick, I'll just, actually in saying that, I whack off to every single one of Travis's DVDs.
Yeah, you do like Travis. You're a fan.
He's good. He's good. Some people believe in God. I believe in Travis's channel.
I think that's still like the best podcast line that we've had said on the show.
Yeah, I'm a thropper. Full fangirl.
Yeah, there's a lot to be a fan of with that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel like everybody at the stadium would know who he is.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty gnarly when you've got like a stadium. I don't know how many that can hold. Probably like 20,000 people. Yeah, but for like 20,000 people to all know who one person is pretty gnarly.
Yeah, he's a celebrity for sure.
Jats, what time are you going to ride, mate?
I'm not up till 7, man. I got ages.
What about practice and shit?
7.
What?
I'm not up till 7, man.
That's pretty crazy. Do you like that format? Like only sort of having to ride a little bit?
Like the format the last few years where like it was hard because we'd race at night and then we'd race on the Sunday during the day.
Oh, so the sleep would be jacked.
Oh yeah, I get no sleep. So like, I'm kind of bummed that it's like pretty late, because like I'm probably not going to sleep tonight now. Now, yeah. Well, at least we race tomorrow night, so we can take it easy tomorrow morning, hang out for a bit, and then race tomorrow night. But yeah, I mean, it's not too bad, I guess. We get to hang out during the day today, just cruise. And hang out with the fans and, get amongst it.
Get on the old potty too.
Absolutely.
Can't be mad at that.
Yeah. Get time to get on the potty, then, that's always a big plus.
It is. Yeah, look, Harry's ditched the signing. We love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that signing's
He's ditched his signing. I've ditched mine. We're here. We're having a good time.
I've got a dude over here right behind us that has an I Love Mut shirt on right now.
Who is that?
The Harry Stink I Love Mut shirt.
Harry Stink.
He came up to me.
Can people buy them yet? Can you plug them? Where do they buy them?
He just came up and bought one off me. If you come and I'm selling them out the back, out of the back trailer at Unit.
You're straight slinging right now.
No one knows that I have
bootleg merch.
I think all the merchandise stuff here, you need to have permits and stuff for it. So I'm just selling them to me. I'm not trying to do it to make money. I just want to represent the I Love Mut. Just keep it going. Keep 100%. The party going.
Old Grant got on the brown cardigan the other day. That was pretty solid, eh?
I was all about that.
Wait, the comment though, does the Mut love you?
Yeah.
I wanted to write back.
Hashtag don't reckon. Hashtag the Mut doesn't love you.
I wanted to write back like, yeah, it kind of does. Grant's the man.
No, Grant's, yeah. Anyways.
He is the man.
He's the man.
I don't mind old Grant.
He's awesome. He's a lord. I love that kid to bits. On another subject, when I know I always get teased, paid out all the time. Whenever I'm gonna go whenever like in the Nitro Circus show, I'm going for a big trick and I get really nervous. I just stretch and jump around like a spastic, do squats and get all like pumped up, and I'm like, I'm about to do like front flip, double flip, whatever it is, and I like get all pumped up and I like literally just do leg lunges and squats and just try to get the blood flowing. And like for you guys going into a race, you guys are going to go to this high demanding marathon like that you put your body through, this 20-minute, half an hour of just going mental. Do you guys get on the cycle bikes before? Do you stretch heaps?
Yeah.
Like for you saying you're chilling around right now all day.
Yeah.
And then you're going to go and ride at 7. Talk us through your programs.
Man, especially...
Ripstick. Well, that's where the ripstick helps.
Yeah.
It's like...
So I just went for a
transport.
ripstick to get some lunch. So, the warm-up's been completed.
So that's
And
the
then,
lower limb.
you know, my
warm-up.
second warm-up, you know, we're going to get in the truck, we're going to put some good tunes on.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get like a bit of a shuffle on in there. That loosens everything up, you know?
It's all about having
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, that's it.
You got
Yeah,
the
hit a few coffees.
clutch
that-
arm?
Yeah.
Clutch arm,
Yeah,
throttle arm.
yeah, both arms get warmed up, get a few fist pumps going.
You are
Yeah.
one of a kind. You are one of a
Yous
kind.
are both one of a kind. I like that.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, this new generation of people like yourself, just fucking send it. Like,
Yeah.
there's no real normal shit that's going on that we used to. I don't know. Like, I guess the '90s was like real loose, and then all the 2000s got real serious, and then now it's just like a full carry on.
Now it feels like the 90s are kind of coming back in a way.
I feel
Yeah.
I mean, look at my haircut.
Yeah.
fucking oath, Lloyd.
People are running bowl cuts and whatnot.
I also got your mum some tickets for tonight. I got you a ticket. I don't know how many you needed, but I think I got one or two.
What, for the after party?
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. You know when I said girls, I didn't mean your mother.
Yeah, he's just bragged about wrangling all these chicks for the after party. Oh, I got your mum a ticket. Yeah, cheers, mate.
No, that's not the after party. It was just general admission.
Just general admission, yeah.
To the stadium.
Yeah, Gypsy Tales just doesn't have that kind of pull, you know. Need guys like Harry with some legit, some
Mate,
legit.
you don't
pull.
want to know how I got these tickets or what I did. That's
It may have had to do with the boat.
maybe. Yeah, alright.
Love you, Harry. I'm glad we're doing this again.
I appreciate the situation.
Comfy couches, really. We got to give just a cheeky shout out to Gumtree. These weren't in our possession until about 10 o'clock this morning. $100
Hats
bucks.
off to them.
Yeah,
You really outdone yourself with these couches,
Dude,
mate.
I spent $100 at lunch. I went to lunch and Bilko was in his gear and he didn't have his wallet on him. And he's like-
Classic.
And he gets to
Oh,
the bar.
That's a
and
gypsy move if
He-
I've ever seen
He's been
one.
hanging out with you two.
He
like,
has been.
He's got some tips.
Yeah,
He's
he
got some
gets
tips
to
off
the
you.
bar and he's like, Harry, I need you to pay for me stuff, whatnot. So I ended up paying $50 for mine and his food. And then he went to go put some money on the dogs and he's like, oh crap, I don't have my wallet. Can I have some money off you? Takes a pineapple out of my wallet. Just grabs my wallet, takes a pineapple out. And then yeah, I was $100 deep. And then we're sitting on these Mad Dog couches for $100.
I was going to throw them away, like I was just going to chuck them out after this, but I actually think that they're going to stay. They're going to become a thing now.
I feel like they do need to come home with you.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
We're going all Navy
Yeah.
SEAL on this bitch, from leaving no man behind.
Wait, Lizzie's just put the foot down. She reckons, the couch is not coming home.
The caster couch. We got to keep the caster
Maybe give
couch,
him a
right?
wipe.
Tell you
yeah.
what, we might move this into my race rig over there so I can get a nap on this thing later on.
Oh, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked with that idea.
Oh, righto.
Bilko firing up the Eagle.
Oh,
Oh,
I hope everyone at home. Ronnie's there?
Yeah,
Ronald.
so,
We might get Ronald on the podcast.
yeah, I think he's still looking for his knee brace.
Knee pads. Bilko, what's going on,
Knee
mate?
pads. Bilko, you got any spare knee pads?
What's that? Yeah, we're on, mate. No, you're allowed to interrupt.
Tell us a story.
Yeah,
Tell-
just quick
Tell us
stop.
about how you won heaps of money on the
I'm-
lunch.
Oh yeah, I won a bet on the dish lickers. Won a bit of money on the dogs today at the pub. It's pretty good. I'll be at Gypsy Tales sometime soon, but right now I've got to practice. See you later.
You don't need to
Ava.
practice.
Oh, you got it.
You don't need to practice. The 360 King.
Yeah, you got to ride pretty soon.
Yeah, what time are you got to go?
I have to go in about 7 minutes.
You're the kind of guy that they move programs around for, though, right?
Mate,
Like-
you've really fluffed up my ego this podcast. You've probably told me a fair bit of stuff that I don't know. But I think you're crossing the line now. Now I just think you're taking the piss.
Nah, everyone knows I'm a fan of old Harry. Mick Sinclair, you next? You coming on? Yeah.
He's got a deadly beard. Last time I seen him, his face looked like a baby's bottom.
Yeah, old Mick, look, he's been around and he looks better than ever. He's been around a while.
beautiful.
Jats, what's in store for tonight, mate? Is it? What's the
Mate,
format?
he told you he's gonna get top.
We just got practiced and qualifying tonight.
Is there no racing tonight?
Nah, there's no. Oh, there is like a last chance qualifier thing, I believe, for like, I don't know. Hopefully, I don't have to go through that one. So.
Nah, I don't think you will.
Yeah, I just want to qualify and go home, have a nap,
Have
and then
a snooze.
come out swinging tomorrow.
So I thought it was 2 nights. So they're not doing the 2 nights. then?
Nah, no 2 nights of racing this year. Yeah, it's just the one full day tomorrow.
I
and
probably
that's it.
should know this.
Yeah, you obviously haven't had your ear to the ground on this one.
Nah,
no.
but see, I've been busy. Like, look, mate, we didn't have couches.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like,
busy on
You're
couches.
always fairly busy.
I've got a lot
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, you've been pretty flat out, eh? Yeah.
But no,
Flat
yeah,
stick.
look, I just like to be surprised. That's what it is.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, that's happening tonight.
I got it. Hey guys, do you guys remember when we got a photo earlier? Yeah, killing it. Alright. Sorry, what did you say? Oh, did you tag me in it? Okay, just slide into my DMs. Say?
At Harry Bink, he's got a blue tick.
Perfect. Thanks, mate. Yeah, alright. The one? No.
Absolute animal.
Alright,
Jats, where
alright.
were you on that one, bro? You're single, right?
Yeah, man, I'm just sort of like taking the Tinder and the Bumble route. Oh, that's the way I'm
That's boring,
going.
let's be honest. That's
Tried and
It's
tested.
terrible.
Yeah.
As much as I want to support it, it's terrible. It's the biggest waste of time.
What's that? Bumble and Tinder?
Oh, it's disgusting.
You just like to do it face to face, eh? Just straight
just
pulling
walk
them out.
straight up and go, I'd like to land you in my situation. And they'll be all about
That's
it.
how it works, eh?
Oh, you just go, how
Obviously,
you
I got to
doing?
follow this lad around with the notepad, is what
How you
sounds like I got to
doing?
do.
I think
Why
it
you
doesn't
doing
old.
this?
Don't you have to follow old Rich around as well? Hasn't Richie been killing it?
You know, I've been on a pretty solid run lately.
You have?
Yeah, I have.
You
been
have,
having-
alright.
I've been
Yeah,
having a
yeah.
solid crack lately.
Look
Yeah.
at his legs.
Yeah.
How could you say no to them?
Well, you know, that's it. That's the secret to the success, right there.
But, yeah. Alright, apparently we got a ride. We're on. We're doing
Nah,
stuff.
you're right. Thanks, Bilko.
Bilko wants to challenge me in a best trick contest.
I mean, his cliffhangers are definitely on point as of late, as we saw at the shop, shop advertising.
Bilko's squeezing out a nugget.
Old Billy still just busts out that 360, which is pretty impressive.
Pancakes.
He's got it on lock, doesn't he?
It's
Yeah.
like cracking fried egg for breakfast.
He's like, yeah, at IHOP, just pancaking.
Just
Righto, mate. You gotta practice. Do you need to practice?
I don't need to.
actively making up his mind as to whether or not he'll go
I
practice.
don't need to, but I'm gonna just because I've had like one ride in the last month, so I probably should.
And that was X Games.
Or I crashed at X
Fuck,
Games.
you crashed at X Games.
Yeah.
That was a real
I
crash.
just ran out of talent, you know. Some days it just gets you and you run out of talent, and that was just one of them days.
It was just a bit of a. It was a bit unfortunate with the old landing ramp situation. But that's no one's fault, obviously.
No, it's no
like,
one's fault. We were just trying to make dreams come true in sketchy conditions, and you get that on the big jobs, and sometimes it just gets the best of you.
Amen.
Yeah. Alright.
Nah, yeah, because we went there and it was even like we were supposed to do the podcast and stuff there, and it was just that whole situation was just gnarly because everyone was on standby. No one really knew what was going on. The jumps, the track, the whole deal.
Yeah, it wasn't the situation I was after.
Wait, there's like all the big security guards around Ron because he's doing like the fender cut thing live right now, right next to us. Do you reckon he trained after that hit he took last year?
Dude, that,
Have we seen like, do you reckon we've maybe seen like a year of Ronnie Mack just getting fucking
that
jacked?
hit messed him up, man. His ankle nearly got fused. He didn't know where he was for like 3 months. Like that messed him up. I'm sorry, 3 weeks. It
Really?
was 3 weeks of him waking up not knowing what happened. It ate him, and people thought that it was just, oh, did he mean to do that? People were questioning if it was a part of the act. I'm like,
There's no act when it comes to Ronnie.
that was the worst case I've ever seen anyone do on that Nitro Circus landing, and
Oh yeah, that.
he came to a dead stop.
Yeah,
man.
that because his
Smoked.
foot's like proper fucked.
Yeah, he everything. I think he's still not all there.
Really?
Yeah, when you talk to him, he's in Blazer land. And, like, dude, do you remember hanging out at Ozex Open last year? And he goes, "Hi, I'm Ronnie." And I'm like, "Yeah, nah, alright.
Is that just from a head knock, or is that just too many blue ribbons?
Yeah.
It could be a combination of
Could
both.
be. I don't think the blue ribbons would be helping it.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to do practice, boys. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure, and I appreciate the situation.
As always, Harry.
No
You're
worries,
welcome.
lad.
You're welcome anytime. Love you, mate. Go practice. You don't need it, but do it anyway. I love Moot too, by the way. So it's just me and you, Jats.
We're here, mate. We're back.
We're doing it. Tell me a
Getting
story.
done. The story? Far out. There hasn't been much going on lately. It's just been non-stop dirt bike riding. That's about it.
Can we please put a bit of a call out on the podcast for people to help Jackson race Supercross in New Zealand?
Yeah, that's the plan right now. We're in the works, trying to get a bike sorted out over there so I can, like, right now, just going to take my suspension and all that over and race. But, yeah, we're in the works right now. Hopefully we can pull something off. But, yeah, hopefully in 2 weeks I'll be over in NZ getting amongst it.
So people that listen to the podcast, you have the unique opportunity, the unique, rare opportunity to sponsor the two-time champion a trip to New Zealand. So we're going to try and use our Gypsy Tales connections to get you there.
Yeah, that's it.
I think we need to make it happen. What
I
bike?
think we do.
What bike do you want to ride?
Man, big Ronda.
You want to ride the big
450.
Ronda?
Yeah, that's it. That's the only bike I can ride right now because I got Supercross suspension for it.
Ooh, okay. So that'll be the 450 debut. Have you ever
Yeah.
done a 450 Supercross?
No, I haven't. I haven't raced a 450 at all. Like, definitely not professionally. So yeah, this will be a first. This will be the debut, if you call it.
If
Yeah.
you will.
If you will, yes.
So what would it take to get you there?
Right now, really, I just need a bike. That's about it.
So everything else is in. So if we've got any
But
listeners,
we're looking to lock a bike in by the end of this week, hopefully.
yeah,
And
right.
then we'll be all situated, and yeah, we'll be good to go.
All right, sweet. And then how long are you going to spend over there?
Just like we'll get over there like Wednesday, Thursday, and then like do the race, which is on Saturday over there, I believe.
Yeah.
And then like we'll probably be out Sunday or Monday.
I'm actually going to go over for like a couple of days after and stay at Townley's.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So-
That'll be rad.
If you can.
I mean, I may just have to extend the trip a little longer if that's the case. You know, BT far out. You know, can't push that aside.
Because you
BT's the man.
You did some training with him at the start of the year, right?
Yeah, we did like a training camp with BT at the start of the year, which was cool. Like I'd never met BT before, so like it was cool to like get to know him, and then obviously to get coached by him. That was a real cool experience, and like, I mean, you know, from hanging out with him, he's just such a cool dude, and you know, it was good. Got to have a lot of laughs with him in that week that I had with him. So yeah, it was rad.
He like back when he was doing obviously his like peak of his career, he was living at the Carmichael farm. And if you're gonna get on in that world, then you have to be able to talk mad shit.
Yeah.
And BT
Definitely.
has a degree in talking mad shit, right?
Yeah, 100% he does. Yeah. Yeah, he was good to be around, that's for sure. It kept things exciting and good. I think the best comment he made to me after that whole week that we spent together is that he said that I need to have a camera crew following me around at all times. Just from the shenanigans that I get up to. And like, you know me, I'm just always talking smack 24/7. So, you know, I was getting along good with him by the end of the week, that's for sure.
And then you guys both had Todd there to aim at too, which is good.
Oh, definitely. The Triple B, as we like to call him,
What's the Triple B stand for?
big burn blower.
The Big Burn Blaster.
Which BT actually gave Toddy a few years ago when BT was racing out here full time. And yeah, and obviously he's held true to that nickname because he's still blowing every single corner out to this day.
He does like to steer with the rear wheel, old Todd.
Old Toddy. And I tell you what, he was trying, the first 2 days we were there, he was completely focused on changing the technique and was like smooth everywhere. And then we decide, then BT's like, okay, we're going to do sections. and we're going to time them. So the stopwatch come out. And then Toddy, the full technique of being smooth, just went out the window. Man, he was topsoiling the neighbour's lawn with the amount of roost he was throwing off Big Rhonda. It was insane.
And it's a 7-acre property.
Yeah, it's a 7-acre property. Don't know how he was doing it, but he did it. And then I have to come around on the little stock 250 at the time, and I'm just going like, far out, mate. Like, come on. Lap times are like 3 seconds off him, so, you know. And then
You can't really argue at that point.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, definitely not.
Old Toddy, he had a rough year in the GPs, the poor bugger.
Poor guy, yeah. He did have a tough go at it, but I mean, you know what? I think he's going to come back stronger next year. I believe he's doing the AMAs again.
Yeah,
He's going to do
Do
the
what he
AMAs
was
like he
gonna do,
originally
yeah.
planned.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. I mean, yeah, it was a rough year for him. I mean, same here. It's been a rough year for me as well. Things just haven't gone to plan, but, you know, just got to keep on keeping on.
What so with your injury, and then obviously you were living with us when you were doing the recovery, so it's like I could see firsthand the effort you put into the recovery, and then what was it, 2 weeks before the season that you started riding? Sorry.
Oh yeah, that I got back on the bike. Yeah, it was like a little over 2 weeks. I didn't start Supercross till like 2 weeks or like a week and a half before the first round. So yeah, I had really limited time, which was like, I mean, when I first got my surgery done, I thought there was going to be no chance of me lining up at round one.
Yeah.
And like competing. So like as we got closer, I was thinking like the rehab was going really well. And I was like, oh shoot, like we could make it yet. Like it's feeling pretty good. We just got to keep going with it, and we made it to the first round, but yeah, you know, the preparation wasn't really great, but like, yeah, we've just been sticking to it. Like me and your old boy and my dad up home, we just, you know, been grinding hard and just like keeping at it and just getting time on the bike and just trying to get back to speed where I know I can be.
It's got to be hard though when it comes to like, because like physically, you know, you can know your shoulders better, like from what the doctors say, and then you ride and you're not getting tired and your fitness is coming back. But like, how hard is it to mentally go fast again? And then like when you're in that first corner situation, and you're in the first lap situation, like that stuff's got to take a little bit, right?
Yeah, well, that was the big thing. Was I was actually before the first round, I was feeling all right. I felt like my speed was okay. And even at the race, it wasn't too bad. But actually getting in a race situation, especially like with the field we got this year, because everyone has just stepped it up, and we got a lot of fast guys over from the States here as well. Just everyone is going so fast, and I just didn't know what to do. Like definitely with the first 2 rounds, these last 2 I've started getting a hold of it a bit more and like really attacking a lot harder and like being more aggressive. But yeah, the first 2 rounds especially, like I was just a fish out of water. It felt like it felt like I was going nowhere. So like we picked it up a bit, and we've had a bit of time between Adelaide and this round, so been working hard. So yeah, hopefully I can at least get on the podium this weekend. That'd be the goal.
Yeah, but I think like people sometimes look past all that, like the mental side of it, like, and even like you probably thought that it would be easier than what it was, and like because you've come back from injuries before.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, definitely. This isn't the first injury I've come back from, but yeah, like I think the timing of it all, like when it happened, I didn't think I was going to be back, and then I made it back somehow, and I was like, oh shoot, yeah, like we're here now. And yeah, it's just, yeah, like starting behind the field this year, like it was definitely going to be a mission to come back from. But you know, I haven't been trying to think about that a whole lot. I mean, especially this weekend, like we're out of the championship and everything, so really it's just try to get the best result we can. But I mean, for me, like it was pretty big to like make it through this season, especially like having the year that I had, like to come back from it and make it back and like get through this series. It's been like a pretty big feat.
Yeah. Have you got any plans locked in at all for next year or no?
Not right now, no. I'm looking around for stuff, but yeah, nothing's locked in yet. So like I'm really just like trying to negotiate some stuff, and yeah, see where we end up for next year.
All right, so let's talk about the big dog class for this weekend. For
Yeah.
I guess it'd be tomorrow night's racing.
Yeah.
Who we got, and what are you thinking?
I mean, for the field this weekend, it's definitely hard to go past El Hombre.
You got the hombre.
I got the Hombre in for the win. Yeah, he's my lock in. I'd love to see my boy Dino get up there and get a win, but I mean, he's been looking good. He looks good on the gram. That's the only place where I've seen him ride lately. I haven't seen him ride in person yet.
I really want Earl to come and race a Supercross.
Yeah, I was actually kind of bummed that Earl didn't make it out. I mean,
could you imagine an Earl and Ronnie showdown?
An Earl and Ronnie showdown.
That would be the move.
Yeah, that would be the go.
Think about the ticket. You'd be able to sell this place 3 nights out in a row.
Yeah, I mean, it'd pretty much be bigger than Khabib Connor, I feel
Connor.
like. Yeah, it'd be a bigger showdown than that.
100%.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy when you think about the talent that the 450 class has for this particular weekend. You got Jason Anderson, Dean Wilson, Chad Reed, who honestly, Chad's been putting in work.
He has.
There's been a lot.
And he's been looking good too on the Susie.
He does look good.
Yeah.
He looked good. I went and watched the first little media session at 10, and he looked really good.
Yeah.
Old school Chad.
He's looking comfortable.
Brayton's the champ.
Champ, yeah.
And then you got Matty, who's been killing it as well.
Yeah.
This year. Then you got Cloudy, who's been killing it as well.
Definitely.
Definitely. Cloudy's been my surprise packet for this year. Cloudy and Jay Wilson.
Oh, yeah. 100% for sure. Those two have definitely stepped it up big time this year. Jay especially, I feel like. And Jay's definitely been super consistent. And I've definitely seen at some rounds this year where something's happened to him. It's where you think, shoot, we'll see if he recovers from this.
This might
and he
be
comes
what finally,
back,
yeah.
And he recovers, and yeah, he's in a good championship position this year, which is good for him. He's obviously been putting in the work, and the team's got everything happening for him. Yeah, it's good to see.
Yeah, and then you got Cloudy, who he's pretty much had a rough couple years with injuries, right?
Yeah. He's had a tough go of it the last couple of years with injuries. Yeah.
So then he comes back, and for me, this is really. He was on the 450. Sorry, dude. He was on the 450 a couple years ago when he was on the Honda team and stuff. But I feel like this is the legit debut year for Cloudy on the 450, where he's really making his presence felt.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it seems like he's been gelling good with the Kato this year, and it definitely shows. He's got blazing quick speed. Yeah. So Cloudy's definitely stepped it up a lot this year for sure. Yeah.
Big time. Well, bloody, where is everyone? Where's old Sambo? We need to get Sam back on.
Sambo looks like he's taken off by the looks of it.
I'm going to text him.
Yeah.
So what else have you got going on, mate?
Mate, not much right now. I actually shot down on the rip surf to get some lunch, and I got some Thai with me that I haven't eaten yet. So
do you want to get into it? Do you want some knobbies, actually? Do you want to race in some new knobbies?
I would love to race in some new knobbies,
Here we
because
go.
I don't have an underwear sponsorship.
Slick Rick has hooked it up.
How do they go with skid marks, these things? Do they come out pretty good?
Mate, they wash out. Mine constantly have skid marks.
Yeah. Sounds like myself.
Nah,
yeah.
Ricky just said as if you'd know. I don't wash anything. Come on. What are you talking about? What pairs you got here?
What have we got, actually?
I got a pair of these. They're pretty solid.
What are these ones? Why are they in a
Trail
different
Cat.
packet?
Here, this is how they come. They're t-shirts.
Oh, that's a shirt.
Yeah, they're t-shirts.
Oh.
We're gonna do a live unboxing. You know those YouTube live unboxings?
Yeah.
We're doing one of them.
Yep.
This is what you get when you subscribe to Knobby. You get these little bad boys. You get one pair every month. It's $20 a month.
Oh.
How do you
those
like
things
that,
are looking
mate?
Fresh.
Feel the material.
Oh. Imagine this just holding the frickin'
The twig and berries together.
Holding the shaft together.
Oh, yeah.
And it feels like it could breathe really good.
It does. And you know what? On the sly, I don't think this is something they advertise. I wear them bitches for 3 days in a row without washing them. They don't even smell.
This is my type of product then, because I don't wash anything.
Wait, I'm telling you, I text Rob, the owner, and I was like, wait, is there some kind of weird material that you guys use that doesn't smell? And he's like, yeah, it's this like antibacterial, this, and this. And I was like, cool, man, because I just don't wash this shit, eh? He's like, I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing.
He's like, wouldn't recommend doing that, man.
Yeah, man, you should wash your undies.
I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's been working for me.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so good.
You got to do what you got to do.
Well, have you got to go eat? You got to go do some stuff?
Yeah, I should probably get back and, eat this delicious pad see ew that is probably going to go cold in a little bit.
Pad see ew is actually my favourite. I had that last night.
Oh, it is delicious. It's the only way to go if you're going to a Thai restaurant.
100%.
100%.
Jackson Richardson, as always, brother, thanks for coming on, mate.
Yeah, it's been real. It's been fun.
But it hasn't been real fun.
It hasn't been real fun. No, no.
Right.
Always a pleasure, mate.
Good luck
I'll
tonight,
catch ya.
mate.
Thanks, bud.
No worries, boss. Racing your new lucky undies. Just like that, we're all alone on the couch. Jats is rip sticking off. I've just texted Sam. Jats is straight into the autograph line. What's that? Yeah, Ronnie will come on when he's ready. The line that Ronnie has got right now is crazy. He's literally signing PBR cans for children. It's the best thing ever. Righto. So like Jat said, tonight is the Oz X Open. They're just doing like practice and that, which I didn't know. I probably should have looked into all that. But you know what? I like to be surprised. I've just texted Sam, and if Sam does not come on in this next little bit, then we might just shut down this live thing until we get some more people. We're doing this mainly as like a tomorrow morning thing. We're going to have like a big show, a lot of the big heavy hitters, but we just wanted to do a little bit of a muck around test this afternoon. Got pretty lucky getting Harry and Jats on, and obviously Sam, which I'm trying to get back on. I might just call him actually. That normally works. Alright, he's replied. We could be on here. We could be on. What's happening, mate? How are ya? It's going down. What's that? Oh, yeah, I did. I'll grab one for you after. What size are you? XL, righto. Yeah, they're in my car. Sick. I love Harry's honesty about his merch. I think Sam's on his way back, guys, so we'll just stick it out. Oh, bags is going off. Might just actually check in on the YouTube while I'm here. Dayton, come on the podcast. How are you, bro? Take a seat, Dayton. Yeah, these
over here.
Oh, do you want to jump on that one? Actually, go jump on that bad boy. I'll turn it back up. It's just an easier angle.
I was just with Wes.
Oh, really?
Before we flew out.
Oh, for straight rhythm. Bring that bad boy way up close to your face.
We were with him for straight rhythm.
Yeah,
and
sick.
Then, but he came out and we were with him for a couple of days right before we flew out here actually.
Yeah, nice. Wait, bring that way close.
Right there. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah, they got to be like super close so they don't. They just
practically like it's a fucking popsicle.
Yeah, basically. I get used to like it just being on my beard. So how long are you boys out here for?
Yeah, we got in yesterday morning and we're staying all the way through the Auckland round.
I didn't know that.
On the 24th. So yeah, they were gonna fly us back and forth and we thought that was a waste of time and money.
Yeah.
So we're like, we'll hang and do a little bit of extra content while we're here. And so we're in Sydney till next Thursday, the 15th. And we go over to Auckland and we're there for like a week. A little over a week before the Auckland event.
Ronnie takes NZ.
Yeah, we're gonna. We've been going back and forth with BT,
Oh,
And,
yeah.
We got some fun stuff planned with
Yeah,
him. So.
sweet. Yeah, we're going over to Auckland for the Supercross and then staying, and we're going to go to BT's for like a few days. And
Okay.
we're trying to do a podcast with him and Ryan.
Yeah.
And like talk about the 07 season
Yeah,
that they like and like watch footage.
Yeah, oh yeah. The
Do you remember watching that?
I do actually. I remember. I think I just graduated. I was living in Colorado, and I went to the Lakewood round.
Really?
And I specifically remember both of those guys just battling it out. Just I feel like that was when Ryan was. I mean, he would ride the outsides of the track and just never let off of that bike.
Dude, you know what's crazy too? Like, I don't know if like it does show it on TV or not, but that Lakewood track, like when you rail the outsides, it's actually raised up like a couple of feet.
Yeah.
Like the whole track's
yeah.
That's like super sketchy.
There's so much elevation on that track that you don't get from the TV.
Watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you grow up in Colorado?
I did. I grew up in Boulder.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was born in Okie, and then.
Okay, so I thought you were from Okie, but then I didn't. Then I thought that you always were there.
Yeah, I was in Colorado for like 16 years, and then after college, I got a job at motorsport.com. So I moved up to Oregon, and I was there for 3 years, and then I kind of did my time there and stepped away and kind of started just doing my own stuff.
Yeah.
So
when did you? So all right. So Dayton is a filmer, and what else are you? You got a lot of titles these days. You got to give people an intro.
A little bit of everything. That's my background. I was a content manager there at motorsport.com for 3 years, and we did everything from some of their national commercial spots to just the product videos, a lot of the web content. We were doing tons of web series at that during that time.
Yeah.
And then I kind of stepped away from there. Had an opportunity to help start Ride365.com with my old boss from Motorsport. So it's another online retailer. And then me and Brett Q had also been just developing like our own gear.
Yeah.
Kind of while we were at Motorsport. So stepping away from that allowed us to fully, kind of fulfill that and work on that. And we're still going with that. And then obviously I'm heavily involved with the Ronnie stuff. Ron's my business partner, unfortunately.
When did you meet that idiot?
Man.
Do you remember when you first met Ron?
Yeah, it was out at Trey's there in Shawnee.
Because he used to smoke Trey, right?
Yeah.
Like smoke Trey.
Yeah, and it was, that probably would have been it's been 10 years.
Really? So you've known Ronnie that long?
It's been 10 long years of Ron.
Fuck, that's way too long, man.
It's been fun though. He keeps it interesting, and he sometimes you hold your breath. You're not really sure what's going to happen. But I think that's the appeal a lot of times. So,
I mean, you got to think about, like, it's pretty insane what he's done since he decided to go public.
Yep.
And because I mean, we all knew Ronnie before he had Instagram.
Yep.
Like, because he's been doing this shit his whole life.
Yep. Well, so a lot of people, what they don't know is Ron made, where Ron first came out to the public, he made a MySpace page.
Really?
That's where he first existed on MySpace.
I never knew that.
That shows you how dated and old it is. There's probably a lot of people that'll listen to that and won't even know what MySpace is.
So Ron was on MySpace.
Yeah.
Was he in your top 8?
No, he was not. I steered clear of that.
So
but, so then I got involved with the Ron stuff, and we've been working on quite a bit of projects, in and out the last few years with some of the Ron stuff, and with Wes specifically. We've kind of brought Wes in as anytime we're doing any production with Ron. I mean, Wes kind of steps in and works directly with us, and we kind of had a go at a larger project earlier this year with the Motocross of Nations that obviously didn't work out the way that
was
we
a
wanted.
massive bummer.
Yeah, it was, and I'm not even going to sit here and
Yeah.
it just didn't work out. There's a lot of reasons, and it just didn't work out, and so we're kind of taking that and running with it. I guess our goal with that, we were making a full length doco, and we had already started filming. I mean, we had hired actors we were working with, and
I've heard one of the characters is like insanely good.
yeah, he's funny, and we're continuing to work with. His name's Gunther Riggs. We're continuing to work with him, and yeah, we're not going to let that go. We're still working on some kind of longer format content with them, and putting together some shorts and some pilots, and yeah, just trying to see what we can do with it. I think it's kind of like, I'd compare it to Trailer Park Boys meets Kenny Powers. It's like if Kenny could actually play baseball, sort of deal. So yeah, we're having fun with it, and we'll see where it goes. Hopefully we can keep at it and complete our goal that we set out to do initially, which was make a full length doco with kind of the story of Ronnie Mack.
Yeah, it needs to be told.
So, yeah.
The real story of Ronnie Mack needs to be told.
Yeah.
There's people that want to watch that shit.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think of this event? Because this is your second time coming now. Yeah,
we last year when we came over here, man, we were just blown away, like how just amped everybody was over here. Not even just on Ron and how excited they were, just on, I mean, the fans here and how enthusiastic and involved. I mean, it's the middle of the day on Friday. You think people would be at work, and this place is already packed. So that says something about just the I guess the enthusiasm for the sport here in Oz. And yeah, you guys are a hell of a lot of fun. So we were ecstatic to come back again, and then not only come back here, but extend the trip and get to go over to Auckland, New Zealand. So
did it surprise you when you guys came here last year just how much, or like how well received Ron was?
Yeah, we had no clue what we were walking into. We were oblivious to it. It's kind of one of those things and when you're around it a lot, it's just like, oh God, this guy again. Like sometimes you just shake your head. Yeah. And but it's refreshing sometimes to see how excited other people get, and sometimes when you do step back and I look at that guy and I'm just like, where does he come up with this stuff he's talking about? Like,
it's insane.
He never turns off. He's just always rambling about something, and yeah.
He's just a grosser version of Ilko.
You can't help but laugh, yeah, and. So yeah, we've been having a blast here in Oz and in Sydney, and yeah, the boys have taken great care. I mean, of all the riders that they bring in, they make a point to not. I think riders are so used to coming in and racing, and they don't even see the outside of their hotel rooms a lot of times. Yeah. And it's really cool how much effort they put into showing these guys around the city, and taking them out on a boat in the harbor and showing them the Opera House, and just really giving them a chance to appreciate traveling the world and racing a dirt bike. I hear that more and more from a lot of the American guys that do come over here. They just they're super grateful for that, and it's really, really, really cool to see, because you see what those guys go through week in and week out in the States, and it's cool to see them come over here and just be able to enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
So that's been like one of the really, really cool things to see coming over here.
Well, I think Australia's, like, I mean, I've done the off-season races in like Switzerland and the France, the Bercy one and all that, and like it is hard. Like it's winter,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know the language, you don't really know a lot of the spots. Like, and yeah, man, like we literally were at either in the fucking lobby bar or at the track, or at the airport. And then with you guys, I think Australia, obviously you get here and it's summer, so it's like a good escape from like the winter over there. But then it's like everyone speaks the same language, it kind of feels the same but different. So like I feel, even though it just sucks, the flight's pretty brutal, but if you do the 2-week thing like you guys are doing, then it really isn't that bad at all.
Yeah. I mean, we flew in yesterday morning, and we're good. I mean, we're over the jet lag, so
It's
making sure my camera's still behind me.
Oh yeah, you're good. You're good. Safe as houses.
Yeah.
Are you riding much these days? Or are you just kind
Man,
of too busy?
I'd say I'll be lucky to get on a dirt bike 3 or 4 times a year. I have been able to ride quite a bit of mountain bikes though.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Yeah, right.
Staying on 2 wheels and thrashing myself still and getting hurt. So that's what it's all about.
Fuck. Yeah, you definitely don't miss that. I haven't rode in ages, dude. I've been actually actively trying to make a point to not get hurt.
Well, and it's like, I mean, just with everybody in the industry, it's like every time you do go to the track, you're working. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
People are like, oh, you must ride all the time. No.
Dude, it's crazy though. Like, I just still haven't really been able to shake, like, watching every race.
Yeah.
Like, do you still watch every race pretty much?
Yeah, I will say, yeah. I mean,
it's hard to shake, man.
Yeah, and it just like I did kind of. I grew up. I went to college. I did that full kind of other experience, and so I do have a lot of friends and kids I grew up with that. I mean, they don't know anything about motocross. They're not. They're not involved, and so I am sometimes able to. When I go home or go visit some friends. I mean, there won't be a mention of dirt bikes, and sometimes that is refreshing.
Yeah.
Because our lives are it every day, and it sometimes it not to say that we don't love it by any means, but sometimes it's good to clear your head a little bit and not think about it, and then you come back to it, and a lot of times that's when you think of your next project you're gonna do. You think it sparks things in you. So
yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Like. Yeah, it just seems like, though, there's just something about bikes that just keep... I like the 2-wheel thing, too. Like, I got super into mountain biking a while ago.
Yeah.
And I was doing, like, 120 Ks a week and in the trails and just fucking sending it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, now I'm just actively trying not to get hurt. It just seems like it's just too...
Yeah.
And then I had Jats living with us, Jackson Richardson. He's like the... you know Jats.
Yeah.
And like he did his shoulder, and I'm just like, fuck all this.
Yeah.
And like even Ron, he just got hurt doing the nitro thing, right?
Yeah, that was a bad one. That was
what did
just,
he do?
It was 100% just the bike. I mean, I think people often forget that, or they look at the bike and they must be like, oh, that thing's it's a factory bike. It's got so much. That thing's a pile of crap, man.
Yeah.
It literally, the bike cut out on the face of a metal ramp, and it was like. There was in one of the like ignition coils, it rusted off or something in some of the so it was just like it's one of those things that no matter how much upkeep and going through the bike you do, it's a 20-year-old bike, you're gonna have things like that pop up that that it's extremely dangerous. And it just makes you realize how freaking crazy he actually is to do that.
And so what did he actually do? Like, what was the injury?
He exploded his foot. So like the talus bone in your ankle. I mean, they wanted to fuse it initially. It was that bad. So they ended up putting, I think they did 10 screws, 2 plates. And then he got his head pretty good too. But a lot of people are like, oh, that's what he gets for an open face helmet. But he didn't even, it wasn't from hitting anything. It was just a sudden stop in the whiplash. That he had like brain bleeding just from that whiplash. So yeah, it was a rough couple months getting old Ron Dog healed up. But yeah, he's back.
That's heavy, man. I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yeah. It was brutal. So it was in Eugene, Oregon at one of the Nitro Circus shows. So.
Yeah, okay. Because I was talking to Jeremy about it the other day, and he just said, he got fucked up.
Yeah, Jeremy
Malott.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was gnarly. It was I was in Austin, and I heard about it. Somebody called and said what was happening, and so I was on the next flight out to Eugene, to Oregon. So, and he after the fact, he there was like 3 weeks, just nothing. He doesn't remember anything.
Really?
Just erased. Yeah.
3 weeks after the crash.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's no joke.
Yeah. So glad to be be past that one and moving on from that. So.
Yeah, shit. Oh well, so hopefully, yeah. Obviously, this will all go alright.
Yeah.
What do you have much plans for the week? Like, do you know where you're gonna go? Where you're gonna be riding?
Honestly, after like we did some stuff yesterday, they took us indoor skydiving and they threw Ron in one of those tunnels, and like, he went indoor skydiving, so that was pretty comical. But then other than that, I think we're kind of just going to we'll have kind of just a mellow week this week, and then we do get out to Auckland fairly early. I think like 8 or 9 days before the event, and we're planning on doing a bunch of content with Ben.
That's
doing
gonna be
some fun
so
stuff, and so yeah, we'll get out to Auckland a little early and do some content and media that we can hopefully cut up prior and get out before the event and get people more pumped to get out to the event in Auckland. So
have you done much with Ben?
I have actually. When I was at Motorsport, me and Brett Q, we went over to, what was that race that Ben kind of helps put on there, and it's down south, like near Taupo. It's like, I forget what they have it yearly.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking. The Woodville GP.
No, it's not that. It's like, because it came about when we were, the year before that, Brett and I were over in Perth at the Manjimup.
Yeah, so I remember you guys coming over for that.
Nick Way, AJ Catanzaro was there, and then Ben was there, and we just buddied with him.
He's such a good dude.
He's just like, man, we got to get you over to freaking New Zealand like right away, and Brett's like, oh yeah, that'd be sweet, whatever. He didn't expect to hear anything of it, and yeah, it was but a couple weeks later after we got back to the States, Ben hit us up and he's like, yeah, here's the race that we're doing. It was MX Fest, I think, in Taupo is what it was called.
Oh, Taupo is where it was. Okay.
Yeah. And so yeah, he brought us out there, and he took us in, me and Brett, like we stayed with him and his family, and I mean, they took us sightseeing, and we had so much fun. That, like, honestly, looking back on my time at Motorsport, that was probably my favorite.
Highlight.
Yeah, it was just it's such a beautiful country, and just how Ben just opened his doors to his whole family to us and his little kids, and so I'm super excited to go back and see him.
Dude, he's honestly one of the nicest people.
Yeah. And you know what's funny too is, like, before that, so I went to growing up in Colorado, I got to go to the Motocross of Nations in 2010 at Lakewood. I remember. And Townley just punted Andrew Short off the track.
Yeah,
I remember.
He did.
And I was just like, I was a little American kid. I was like, oh,
fuck this guy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm never gonna be a BT fan or whatever. And I even told him that too, and he was just laughing his ass off.
He don't give a fuck.
It couldn't have been the more opposite. I was like, this guy's gonna be, he's a friend for life. Yeah. So yeah.
Nah, he's such a good dude. So we're gonna go over after and do the podcast with him, and it's
cool.
It's one I'm super excited for. Like, yeah, dude, how many people have done as much as him?
Right.
In
motocross?
And then
it was after that time that we were there with him. He kind of had another like resurgence.
Yeah, he went
with
again.
Suzuki, and he went. I hated to see him like get hurt the way he did. Like, just because spending so much time with him, I know how much of a toll the injuries took on him physically and mentally, and so that really, really sucked to see him, get himself. His speed's always been there, but he physically, got his body, his conditioning and endurance up to where it needed to be, and I hated to see him get hurt again.
Dude, it was crazy. I was at the race when he got hurt in Australia, when he broke his hip, and like he got that. He just announced that Lucas Oil ride with the Troy Lee team.
Yep.
And then, dude, he was waxing everyone here. Like, it was crazy. Australia I don't think anyone had ever seen the level that he was riding in this country. Like, not when Reardon was at his prime, not when Chad was no one. No one, like, I still to this day think that Ben Townley was the fastest. Like, that, was it like, it was like 12, 10... 10, 12, something
Yeah.
like that. No. Well, because Motocross of Nations was 2010. Must have been like 2012 or 13, man. And anyway, like when he hurt himself and broke that hip and it canned that whole Lucas Oil ride, I was so devastated for him because I was just like, dude, you were going fast.
Yeah, it was like it was the same thing when he
and then it happened again, which is the one that you're talking about.
Yeah,
right?
well, it was like he came out of nowhere too, and he rode for New Zealand at the
Motocross of Nations,
and it was like, I mean, I think he got close to like almost winning some motos or something, or like he was in top 3 or something.
I think he
like,
podiumed.
Holy shit! He has so much raw speed still, and it's insane.
Yeah,
So.
no, it was like, and you got to think about what he did against Villapoto in 08 or 07.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like those two dudes, and normally
that was so much fun to watch.
And normally when you see a season unfold, when you get like, remember Eli in 15 or 16 when he got hurt at Colorado, it's like that was like a new thing. That was like a new pace, right?
Yep.
That we hadn't really seen before.
Yeah,
and you'd see that.
Dialed.
Yeah, and then you'd see like James would do that kind of shit where it's like, okay, this is a new thing. And then, but no one can ever really sustain it for the full series.
Yeah.
So whenever you see a guy, and like, dude, Roxon in Supercross when he wadded, that was a new thing, like a new level. He was fucking killing everybody.
Yep.
And then he couldn't maintain it. But Ben and Ryan that year, they kept that pace going for all 24
that was
motos.
one of the most fun seasons to watch. I mean, I loved that shit.
And how they could be on the same team, but so like respectful still. Like it was still, they weren't dicks about that season at all. It seemed like, anyway.
Yep. So obviously now that we're like 20 minutes into this, like, what do we got going on here? What
do you mean?
What we got set up? What podcast is this? What
have
show
you
are
not seen
doing?
the Gypsy Tale podcast?
No.
Where you been, bro?
Shit, hanging out with Ron. He
Where
doesn't
you
have
been?
internet or cable, or I don't even know.
That's true. Yeah, you guys are in Oklahoma. Yeah, so pretty much since I moved back from the US, I didn't really have much going on.
Yeah, I think I probably saw you like right before you left to come back over here.
Yeah, when
Straight Rhythm.
Straight
last
Rhythm.
year.
I was gonna say Straight Rhythm last year was like, that was like the last sort of time I was actually in the States.
You're over here permanently now. Pretty much?
Yeah. So when I moved back, Hammer made me do a podcast with Dungy for the homegrown thing that we did. And I was like, I don't really want to do it. And he's like, all right, well, just do it, and then if it goes good, we can put it out. Or like, it's no pressure, like, let's just do it.
See what happens.
And it went really good. And then when I moved home, I wasn't really planning on it. It was like kind of unexpected in a way. And then
I was like with Wes when that like went down.
Oh, dude, I was meant to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I heard all about it.
So you're very privy. Yeah. I don't want to go into all that shit, but but yeah. So then when I kind of like had to come back, I was like, well, fuck, I might just do the podcast now.
Yeah.
So, and then I don't know, ever since then it's been going pretty good. So, but our like one of our main sponsors for the show, they the KNOBBY, the underwear brand, they had like an activation site, which is like this thing here, and then they were like, dude, why don't you just do the podcast?
Sweet.
So I was like, fuck, that'd actually be super
So
rad.
are you doing it, is it how often, like weekly?
Yeah, so we do it every week.
Okay, cool.
So, but like we have a studio in the Gold Coast that we do it out of.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, we've had like Travis has been on, Kerry Hart's been on.
Cool.
Townley's gonna come on, like a bunch of random like non-moto people. We had like this dude, his name's Abbo Henry, and he's like a old school gangster, like he's like in his 70s, and he like went to jail for like
oh shit.
Yeah, it was fucking heavy. So we did like this 3-hour podcast. So I didn't really even say anything.
Was it anything about moto at all?
No. But there's like heaps of. It's not a moto podcast as such.
Yeah.
But it's just like pretty much whoever like.
Okay. Will you be over in Auckland for?
Yeah. So and then I'm gonna stay at Ben's for a few days after.
Yeah.
So, but are you guys going straight away?
Yeah, they ship us out of there right away next day.
Yeah. Okay.
So we've been gone a while too, so we could get back.
Yeah. You guys will be.
And I guess me and Ron will have to go. I don't even know if they have turkeys in New Zealand. It's Thanksgiving in America.
Oh, so what day?
On the.
Is that the Sunday of the race?
No, it's the Thursday before the race.
The Thursday before.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah,
we'll have a New Zealand Thanksgiving.
They'll have turkeys over there for sure. Oh, that's crazy. Well, yeah, thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah.
Good to have a chat.
Yeah.
We'll
It was a good random surprise.
Oh, do you want what size undies do you wear?
Probably medium.
Get that man some
size
medium.
30.
We're gonna hook you up.
Hell yeah.
Good.
What about Ron? He might need some.
Dude, I'm a hooker on up.
Is he behind me?
Yeah.
You want him to come over here?
Tell Ron to come on.
Let me see what time it is. He might have a little bit of time before his next practice. Let me make sure I'm not gonna fuck him over on his time. He won't pay attention to anything, so.
Nah, no. I'd love to talk to Ron. I need to figure some shit out with Ron.
Yeah, if for some reason you can't catch him right now, we can schedule something in Auckland.
Yeah, true. Well, I'm gonna be staying. Oh, Dad, bring us a chip. Bring us a chip, bro. What? Oh, sweet. Oh, we got some chips. Hell yeah. Thanks, Wick. Oh, this is the best. What time's Ron got to be?
Oh, he's good. He already missed his second practice.
I don't think Ron needs practice.
Yeah, he's good. He can come over here.
How many people are still in that line?
Yeah, you want me to grab him?
Yeah.
Cool.
Next up on the podcast, Ronnie Mack. He's busy signing titties though, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure. He doesn't have to wear the headphones. What's up? What's up, Ron? What's up, Ron? Get in here, boy. We got some scheduling issues with Ron. Super committed to signing women's breasts. Sorry to anybody that's watching live, but just waiting on Ron to finish doing some autographs. Hey Rick, does it still sound alright out there? Alright, we're on standby. Standby for Ron. Yeah, just keep running. Yeah,
We
yeah,
just
that's all
cut the
good.
line. So.
Yeah, yeah, all good. All right, we're gonna keep the stream going, but we're gonna give Ronnie like 5 minutes. He's just got fans that are still online. Yeah. What's that? Like when I talk? Yeah. What's up, brother?
See you, dude. Come on, give him for the real thing. Yeah. Dude, that fucking sucks what happened earlier this year.
Sit down, let's talk.
Yeah, let's talk.
Let's talk. So just slide that mic and just bring it as close to your face as you can.
Oh, the mic. I thought you said the bike. I'm like, I ain't getting up and getting the bike.
Nah, bro. Ronald, what's up?
Oh, we're just out there in AUS Open trying to do our thing, you know? Don't mind going to, that's the thing. I don't mind going to Australia. I don't like leaving America, but Australia is like kind of a happy medium, you know? I get to get away, see a new country, but it's it's more my people than going to Europe or France or some bullshit country like that.
I hate frogs too, man.
Yeah, I know. They're smelly.
Dude, what's up with the security? Are you like a watched guy now, like in Australia, because of what happened last year? And people don't know. You actually won. You were doing cross training in the 90s for moto, obviously, and you were doing amateur boxing, and you won a lot of amateur boxing fights. So what happened last year, in my eyes, is kind of bullshit. Because that was like a blind shot on you.
You know, it's just typical Ron stuff. I always get juked out of situations. I actually created MMA, mixed martial arts. I created that whole thing. Because when I used to box professionally, I used to pull dirty moves all the time. You know, I'd throw a kick in every now and then, and a jab, a boom, wheel punch. I'll put you in a headlock. And they said, that's not legal. I said, let's create this thing. And, you know, they took it and ran with it. That was my idea. And, you know, if you want to talk about that security guard who tackled me last year, you knew I threw some MMA on him afterwards. You know,
that's what I heard as well.
Headlock. I busted up pretty good. He's all like, oh, Ronnie, please don't kill me in front of my family and my friends. And I said, all right, whatever, you know. I'm a nice guy like that.
It was one. I got the vibe. It was one of those situations where he said sorry straight away.
Oh,
after,
yeah.
Because you know when you fucked up.
Yep.
You get that instant regret. Like,
well,
shit.
you know, it didn't matter if someone tells me they fucked up or whatever. You know, I don't care. I'm still gonna beat your ass. But what I found out is Carmichael paid him to hurt me, and when I found out that, you know, let's face it, money makes us do stupid things. So I had some compassion for him on accepting the money bribe. And I didn't, you know, at that point, I feel like sparing his life was a good deed for me. So
I didn't know
it is what it is.
I didn't know RC had that kind of money these days.
RC is rich.
Is he still rich?
He's got to be, right? He won everything.
Maybe.
I mean, he even beat me.
There's a huge
cheating.
asterisk there, though, right?
Yeah, huge asterisk. I mean, at the end of the day, you won all those championships, but was Ronnie Mack anywhere in the results page? No.
100%.
Because if he was in the results page, he'd be number one.
And we know. Like, I think the people know, and I think you know that the people know. And is that enough for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely enough. You know, everyone comes up and always tells me, you know, I'm number one on the track, 69 in my pants. It's how it goes.
Amen.
And at the end of the day, if I'm not in the results sheet anywhere, then that means there's always going to be an asterisk next to it. Everyone will say, oh, I'm the champ. I won for years. Well, guess what? I wasn't there. So, whatever.
And then the only, like, we saw at Straight Rhythm last year, that was straight sabotage.
Oh, it definitely was. I mean, at the end of the day, my talent and my skill, if I get horny and I can't see because I go blind, like, I can't use it to my best. So there's certain things that I'm learning over the years and trying to perfect. I learn from my mistakes. So obviously this year we didn't even get to race because I was trying to cure my horniness, and I happened to be in the motorhome with some old lady, and I missed practice, which they said was qualifying, so they wouldn't let me race. It's like, you know what? I'm trying to cure my blindness so I can win the race.
Give us a show.
Yeah, and then now I don't even make it to the main event when I'm way faster than all these guys. It's not fair.
I think the people know, though. You know, look at the crowd you got here. I think the people know who really won Straight Rhythm last year, for starters, who should have beaten RC here again.
Yeah, I mean, everybody saw how fast I reeled him in, past him. If he wants to pull a cheap shot, pay some guy off to tackle me, then that's, you know, that's his evil, not mine.
I just think it is. It speaks a lot to your character that you did let that security guard live with your history.
Well, at the end of the day,
you're not the kind of guy
I was blindsided by it. You know, if I wasn't so blindsided by it, I would have pulled a move on him, pulled a kung fu move on him, said, nope, can't do that, boom. But, you know, I was focused on racing, not fighting. And that's what he did. When my head was in race mode, he tried to come up and pull a fight on me, and yeah, I wasn't able to respond. Just how it goes. I'm not perfect, you know. I do have flaws.
You are so close to perfect, though, and I think that's the thing, though, with
That's
you.
what upsets people.
You know what yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're so close to perfect. Is it safe to say you're like a beacon of hope of sorts?
Well, I mean, a lot of people will say beacon of hope or hero or God, but, you know, I'm Ron. I'm Uncle Ron. I like to come out and have a good time and hang out with people. All these fans here are awesome. You know, I got a bunch of little kids dressed up as me today, and, You know, at the end of the day, I'm not an emotional guy, but yeah, it does make me feel happy. Like, hey, we're doing something right. Because at the end of the day, motocross is about having fun, man. And these guys aren't having fun anymore. Everybody's so worried about putting their spandex on and going and running 69 miles on a bicycle. Who cares, dude? Let's just have some fun, man. Go tear it up.
Do you think that you are responsible for this new resurgence of fun motocross athletes? We saw Villapoto. He downs that champagne. He even made Dunge drink champagne at Straight Rhythm.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
are you rubbing off on these dudes in more ways than one?
I think so. I'm rubbing off on them, but what the bullshit part of it is now, like, the AMA and all the people in America, they won't let me drink the beers like I normally do and do my thing. That's a problem, right? It's a problem. But then when Ryan Villapoto or Ryan Dungey does it, it's cool. It's like, you know what? I've been drinking beer my whole life. Like, if I want to go and drink a beer, then you shouldn't criticize me for it. But then one of those guys does, and they're going to clap and act like they're a hero. I've been doing this shit all my life. Whatever.
How much is Australia like Oklahoma?
Oh, it's nothing like Oklahoma. You know, we're a little more chilled out and reserved, but I like the energy here. You know, everybody brings it. They want to have a good time. Everybody's excited and wants to go out and party. And that, you know, at the end of the day, that's a huge upper for me to come here and feel that. Because I go back home more slow paced, then it can slow down, chill out. But it's cool to come here and hang loose with the freaking Australian crowd.
Right, so we just had Dayton on, and I just said to Dayton, do you remember when you first met Ron? Because I was in the industry back in America. I knew some people and would do some filming, and I'd be paid by the big corporations like Red Bull to go to Trey Kennard's house in Oklahoma. And this was before you decided that you wanted to come out into the public. And we'd go to film Trey Kennard's house. Yeah, Trey Kennard, yeah, Justin Bogle, yeah, Robbie Reynard would be there from time to time. And then you were legitimately smoking these dudes, but you decided for whatever reason to really lay low.
Well, that was the thing. How I met Trey Kennard and got out there and got seen by people was I was at the dang Black Hawk Casino, and I believe Justin's family owns that. Bogle, he's an Indian.
Is he an Indian?
He owns the Indian Casino. And I was there gambling one day, and I saw him there, and I said, hey, I know who you are. I race dirt bikes, too. I'm way faster than you.
I'm faster, obviously.
Obviously, and he wanted me to prove it. And I'm like, you know, I started talking to him, whatever. I'm not much for talking. I'd rather show you. So I went out there one day, and, you know, Trey didn't invite me out there. I showed up there with Justin, and I laid it down. I was going faster than him. So then I kind of had him on my side, right? Like, this guy Ronnie's good. We need to take his advice and train with him. And then there was some jumps that were built out at the track that Trey didn't want to jump. Nobody wanted to jump. Nobody wanted to hit them. And they came to the casino when I was there gambling, and they said, hey, you know what? Like, can you please come out and jump some of these jumps? They're too scary and too big for us.
And how long was this after you first went to the track?
I mean, this was probably about, 6 or 9 months after I went out there and rode.
Yeah.
I'd say. And I get out there, and obviously, like, I'm jumping further and faster than anybody. My speed is incredible. And then that's when Trey Kennard just kind of like, we had this kind of thing click where anything he was ever scared or nervous about, he calls Uncle Ron to have him come test it out first.
So is that where the name Uncle Ron really came from? Because you were like this uncle to these guys that were getting paid to race and were doing the whole AMA thing.
Yeah.
And you were like Uncle Ron that was really helping them.
It's like, you know, let's face it, Dad's not cool. Dad's got to be a boss.
Yeah,
Dad's got to be mad. He's got to.
But
he's
the
gotta
cool
say
uncle.
What's going on. I'm the uncle that's like, hey, man, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm old. Like, let me give you my wisdom. Let me have some fun with you. I'm going to be your Uncle Ron for the day. And, you know, Trey calls me Uncle Ron, so does Justin, so that's kind of why it stuck.
That makes a lot of sense why the whole Uncle Ron thing. And so it was about that time Bogle then starts winning. Go figure.
You know, literally
Kennard starts winning.
The year
Go
that
figure.
I started working with Justin, he won the championship. And after that, obviously, everybody comes up to him and says, ooh, let's do this, let's do that. Go train with Ricky Carmichael, or let's go and get some advice from a real guy. And then it just goes downhill from there.
Because it's not just the physical, right? It's the mental side.
No, it's the mental
that comes
it's just,
with you.
Having fun, getting in the right mojo. And that's the thing. These people don't understand is there's so much more to racing than some chode like Carmichael could tell you.
100%.
There's so much more. And I'm not saying that I'm for everybody, but for a guy like Justin Bogle, maybe I was everything.
But you're for winners.
He keeps on calling me, want me to work with him again. I'm like, dude, I've been down that road before, man. You bail out on me once, well, fuck you.
And then when did you decide to take this whole thing public?
But I mean, obviously,
how did it happen? Because you were so low key for so long. Like, we all knew about you.
What happened
the people in the industry obviously knew.
What happened was the dinged old YouTube started. And once people saw my speed, they started climbing on board. Bandwagoners. Oh, now I'm on board. This guy can ride.
Hey, like Panther fans.
Yeah, this guy can ride. Look at it. Oh, man, this is cool. And then I start coming out and racing, and I'm fast, obviously. So people like to see. And I think my core audience, I'd say, likes all my shenanigans I get into, too. But at the end of the day, I don't try to be Ryan Villapoto, Ryan Dungey, Ricky Carmichael. You know what? Fuck those guys. Whatever. I'm Uncle Ron. Whether or not I'm in last place or first place, I'm still going to be Uncle Ron. And at the end of the day, if you don't like it, then piss off.
So you're going over to Townley's for a little bit after you get done winning this weekend.
Yep.
Have you had much to do with Townley? Were you involved in his 08 season where he was really close with Villapoto?
Well, what's funny is, I'd actually met the guy who replaced him in 2008. I met that Jimmy Albertson guy because he lived in Shawnee and rode at Trey's place.
He was at Trey's too, right?
And he replaced him, and he'd talk about how nice Ben Townley was. Oh, man, what a nice guy. But at the end of the day, I'd tell him, be careful. He's still a commie.
Yeah.
He's still a communist. Watch out. He's being nice to be. And he'd always say, no, he's just a good guy. He's good at heart or whatever. But, I'm about to see. I'm going to look him straight in the eye when I get to Australia or New Zealand, and I'm going to say, hey, man, who are you? What is your deal? And, what can we do out here? We going to have a good time? We going to do some racing, drinking some beer, or are we going to play this off like Ricky Carmichael and be a bunch of assholes?
Can you tell by looking in a man's eye?
Oh, for sure. They don't have to say nothing. You just tell by how they stare at you, whether or not they're a good man or not. It's like a dog, If a dog stares you in the eyes, he's a good dog. If he looks away, you might as well beat that dog to death because he ain't worth a shit.
And what did you see when you see Ricky Carmichael's eyes?
Oh, he just constantly looking at the ground like a bad dog.
Yeah, okay.
He's get that bad dog. They might call him the GOAT, but he's more like a bad dog.
The GOAT. What did you think about the GOAT nickname?
Hey, it's what it is, right? Like, everybody wants to hop on the GOAT bandwagon, but I just don't like the simple fact that he pulled so much shenanigans on me. And he trying to take me down, knock me down a notch. It's like, at the end of the day, why don't we just go out there and race fair, not try to pull no cheap shots?
But isn't it obvious, though, that he just can't beat you straight up?
Well, I mean, I think it's obvious to people like me and you, but to the public, it is what it is. People want to go out and they want to say that Carmichael's the greatest of all time. Yes, he's a good racer, but the greatest of all time, that's a pretty big title that when somebody says the greatest of all time, they beat all aspects. And I'm going to tell you what, I beat him at many more things in life than he beats me.
And he ain't ever crossed no pond the way that Ron has.
Oh, no, he ain't crossing no pond. He ain't freaking jumping. He ain't jumping as far as me, that's for sure. He ain't going as fast as me. It is what it is.
Dude, how about that, the jump that you did with the Nitro boys? Because I remember Travis telling me, I don't know if you got enough credit for how hard you had to hit that thing.
I mean, I think it ended up being 188 feet. I jumped bigger than that by quite a bit more, and they all looked at me like I was silly. They were like, hey, you don't know what you're doing out here. We're worried about you casing the jump. We're worried about you landing the helicopter. It's like, yeah, whatever. Just let me jump it. I told him, I got to hit 69 miles per hour. And we put the speedometer on the bike. I hit it at 68 miles per hour, but I think I think that the speedo was off. It felt more like 69 to
I was
me.
going to say, like, if anyone knows what 69 feels like, it's Ron.
Yeah, it feels good for both sides.
Exactly.
69 feels good for everybody. So that's the thing. Like, yeah, you show up there and everybody wants to preach advice. Like, well, let's do this, let's do that. But at the end of the day, I go big. That's what I do for a living. So piss off.
And did you tell Travis, like, hey, bro, because we talked about this with Travis on the podcast, that you actually were the one that shaped the lip at Castillo Ranch that he calls the $1 million jump. So what did Travis do wrong in that jump? Because you told him what to do, right?
Hey, at the end of the day, he wasn't on a screaming eagle. Like,
Yeah.
I can't
You can
can't
lead a
judge
horse to
what's
water,
gonna happen
right?
on a banana bike piece of shit. I can only judge what's going to happen on my screaming eagle. And, obviously, the bike doesn't go fast enough. And my bike does. So I told him, he asked what gear I was hitting it in. And I said, oh, yeah, I hit it in first gear. Well, he tried to hit it in first gear, and he didn't even jump halfway up it. Because he's not on a screaming eagle. He's on some piece of shit banana bike trying to do stunts that are way above his ability. And that's what the tough part. I think that's why the industry won't accept me, is because I make everything look so easy that all their athletes get hurt when they try to do my things, and then they have no sport after that.
Because you might be the only dude in the industry if the industry like really recognizes and like lets you do your thing, then you might be the only person on the gate ever. Because we always talk about like quads and shit in Supercross, right? Oh, he hit the quad.
Yeah.
But you were the first dude ever to do a quintet, and then the AMA banned quintets altogether.
Oh, I know. It's terrible, man. I go 5 everywhere. It ain't no big deal. And that's the thing, like, there's all these rules and standards that are set into place because of me and they won't even let me race anymore because all the stuff that I do. And they like to make excuses like, oh, you can't ride without a face helmet, or your bike's too old. It's like, no, the excuse is I'm too fast. That's bottom line, is they don't want people beating their star athletes, and they know they can't tame me. I'm not no puppy dog bitch. I ain't gonna go there and do what you say. So they just X me out completely, which I understand. I get it, but I do what I do. They do what they do.
Could you imagine where Supercross track design would have gone if you raced Supercross?
Oh, I mean, I think the competition in general would just be at a way higher level than where they're at right now. Let's face it. People want to talk about the Bubba scrub, how that was the revolutionary thing. Like, now everybody's doing the Bubba scrub, right? We're freaking, about probably 14 years later, everybody's Bubba scrubbing now. Well, you know what? I think the air wheelie's just as critical as the Bubba scrub.
100%.
And, everyone wants to act like it's not a tool that's used to go faster, and everyone wants to cut me down and say, oh, well, that's not how you're supposed to ride, but it's just all politics at that point. Everyone's trying to bring me down. They want to pump up the Bubba and the Bubba scrub, but they don't want to pump up Ronnie Mack and the air wheelie.
Because you did like wind tunnel testing, right, on the Eagle.
For sure.
And that's how you actually figured out.
Well, yeah, it's science at that point. Read it in a book any day of the week. It's freaking science. It's fast. It's speed. And that's what wins races, is speed.
What do you still love about dirt bikes, Ron, after all these years?
At the end of the day, if you're on 2 wheels, you're living, man. And minus the bullshit politics of racing, supercross, motocross, whatever, get yourself on 2 wheels. It's something that I think every person should experience once in their life at least. There's nothing like it. I'm going to get deep on you. It's just something that your soul craves, and unless you felt that feeling, you don't understand it, but all 2-wheel people do.
Yeah, totally. I feel like when I watch your style and then when I watch you ride, to me it seems like a man that is just trying to express that feeling, right?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I remember when I was younger, my father was not very good to me. He's actually my stepdad, who was the one that got me into racing, and he was very rude and mean, and he'd hit me every now and then when I wouldn't do good because I wouldn't listen to the advice. I wouldn't be a cookie cutter. I wasn't going to go out and do what everyone else. I was going to do me. And at the end of the day, that might have scarred my relationship with him, but I feel like it made me a better man. And it, now the speed that I can show comes from me just doing my own thing all the time.
Did you ever think you'd be in the position you are now to inspire millions and millions of dirt bike riders?
I mean, not at all. At the end of the day, what I do is definitely not for everybody. And I don't blame it. People like, oh, well, Ronnie, you need to cool it on the I8S, or, you know, my kids can't see that, or you try to be more PG-13. You know what? I'm not going to try to be anything. I'm just going to express what I'm doing. And, you know what? If you like it, you don't, whatever. It's me. So, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm setting an example for the kids. Be yourself, man. Don't try to be somebody else, because guess what? That spot's taken. So, just be yourself.
Amen, Ronnie. What can we expect from you this weekend, bro? We'll wrap it up with this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I want to go out there and win, but sometimes you don't. I know I'm going to drink a lot of beer, and I'm going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to have more fun than anybody. I'm going to drink more beer than anybody. So, at the end of the day, I win no matter what.
Well, the Gypsy Tales podcast just won massive with Ronnie Mack making an appearance. It's been too long since I've seen you. I got locked up in jail the last time I tried to hang out with you.
Oh, I know.
So that's how,
I know. That was scary.
That's how dangerous you
I
are. We're not
know.
even joking.
Yeah.
Ronnie Mack is so dangerous that when the last time I tried to hang out with him, I ended up in jail for 2 days.
You can't put that on your visa. You're going to hang out with me, because that's an automatic ban.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me in.
They don't like it.
Ronnie, thanks for coming to the Supercross. Thanks for hanging out on the podcast, bro.
All right.
We'll be watching as always, and we'll drink some PBR.
Sounds good, buddy. It's my pleasure.
You.
Right on, dude.
Thanks, brother. Fucking good to see you, dude.
Always good to see you, man.
Where are you guys picking out of?
We're just downstairs. We got our own little room, so come on down. Hang out. I got a bunch of beer for you.
Did you bring PBR?
They have a damn Murphy, but I got a bunch of 16s, the tall boys.
That's sick.
That's bad news for me.
Yeah,
That extra 4 ounces will get you.
Did your brother come?
No, he's at the facility going on. So, like, I didn't want to, honestly, you can't wait for that for 3 weeks. Like, fuck it.
Oh, wait, Ron, we gotta get you some undies.
Oh, what's this?
New undies, bro.
Undies, all right. Can't lose.
Alright, dude, I'll talk to you after.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, no. That's it. I've got nothing for the say. All right, YouTube land, thank you very much for listening, and people that gathered. If you're listening to this in front of us now, you can follow the podcast on Instagram at Gypsy Tales Podcast. We do a lot of these, one every week. Normally it's in the studio, not at the Supercross track. And you can download these on iTunes or Spotify. Just search Gypsy Tales Podcast. Thank you very much to the guys at KNOBBY. This whole thing is because of them. This was their activation spot for the Supercross this weekend. They gave it to us and said, boys, do your worst. And so far, we've done our worst, and it's been extremely fun. Also, thank you to the guys at Boost Mobile. This is literally streaming live to YouTube in HD on a Boost Mobile SIM card that you can buy anywhere for $2. We've hotspotted it to our computer, and we're streaming live. Also, a massive thank you to the guys at Rival Inc. You can head to their website and type in the code GYPSYTALES for 15% off store-wide. I'm actually going to read this out because the stuff that they do, these guys are fucking awesome. They're really, really good people. Their quality, the product, the thing with the whole bike graphics thing is that the quality is actually everything. Like, you can do a really, really good job, or you can do a really shit job. And the guys at Rival, they like literally invent technology that goes into these graphics. So they do custom MX graphics, plastics, they do graphics installs, seat covers and accessories, and they ship direct to your door worldwide. So a massive shout out to those guys. We're really stoked to have them on board with this weekend and then going forward. So yeah, really stoked to have those guys on board. So thank you to all of our sponsors. KNOBBY, you can head to the KNOBBY, you can head to knobbyunderwear.com.au. I'm tripping out here, it's been too long. And if you're here tomorrow at Supercross, we're going to give you some undies too. But yeah, knobbyunderwear.com.au, $20 a month gets you a new pair of undies shipped to your door every week, and every month, sorry. And their stuff is is honestly amazing. That's why we've really extended our partnership with those guys, because the quality of the product is so good. And yeah, we're excited that those guys want to continue to work with us. It's a really awesome partnership. So thank you very much for watching. It was a very, very loose and random podcast, but I had fun as always. So if you've been watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. If you're listening on iTunes, really appreciate it. We will be back tomorrow for another live podcast, live from Oz X Open. I'm not sure if there are still tickets available, but if you're in Sydney and you're a fan of the podcast, then you need to just jump online, see if you can get yourself a ticket, and make it happen. It's an awesome weekend. This is one of the best weekends of the year for mine. So thanks very much, guys. Appreciate it.